government is responsible in protecting every citizen in this country. Thank you, sir. You still have what's up to that?
Yes, I just want to add something. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You actually have a full understanding of the philosophy behind this amendment. So I want to thank you for that. But I just want to add, you talked about China. Do you know today in China, you hardly find buildings collapsing? The reason is that it has been made a capital, it attracts capital punishment. So those who build are very, very careful in what they build, because they know if you are the engineer on site and the building collapses, you go for it. Now, in our own case, all the studies we've had, we spent almost 2 years working on this amendment. And there's a cause-effect relationship between the upsurge in terrorism, kidnapping, suicide with the heavy usage of drugs. So those drug traffickers, barons, like the chairman said, they fall under all of these punishments. So I think that we must be taken seriously. We must make sure that this stringent punishment is put in place, because if we don't kill the millions of drugs in Nigeria, it will kill Nigeria.
If I may comment, I thank God he said we spent 2 years. There is none of the workshops, seminars, programs I didn't attend. You can attest to it. I attended all. I'm interested in this. Let me abandon what I'm covered. On that issue of subsidy legislation, we had a heated argument in Lagos. What are they going to legislate? For example, one of the things they're asking for is to determine what could be a substance at any time. I'll give you an example. We argued, like a soda drink is a free drink. Add tom-tom to it, like it becomes toxic. So, and we argue that the third party should rather pharmaceutical should see what they
now
want.
educating Nigerians on another form of
No, but it's true. It's true. So
is this other because they said list of dangerous drugs. There's a list for dangerous drugs.
Yeah.
Like I said, I cannot be under the list of dangerous drugs.
let me come, sir. If they said now that in their subsidiary they will name what they want, and I'm saying no, determine what the election should be, and you raise that issue. That's one of the things we can pass in Lagos. Now, when you give the opportunity to do subsidiary legislation, among things to be for them to determine and add to the list, they are to add to the list.
For now, every Nigerian knows that cocaine is dangerous drug.
It's listed.
Every Nigerian knows today that cannabis is among the dangerous drugs. I don't think there will be anybody that will come and tell you, yes, if you take paracetamol, as you react to it, tomorrow you will be now prosecuted. Or you now take, because one man's food might be another man's poison. But it's in degree. And we should not go into that. I don't think that there will be any responsible person that will come to bring things that are genuinely under, for inside the soft drinks, and whatever you're going to add as additive. And I give you an example. Many of the young boys today will go to Gota. How are you going to put these ones under the list of drugs? Go to Gota, sniff, and by the time they sniff the waste there or toilet, these pit latrines, they become intoxicated. They cannot be under the dangerous drugs. There's limit to the definition, and I think we should restrict ourselves to this one. For me, Obonta, you are a very good citizen, you are a very good Nigerian who believe that our people must be safe. I give you an example of what is happening inside Abuja. Go around. We are all those safe, not only Abuja, everywhere you go. Provided you are not going to make a novel environment for these youth and create them to be healthy in upstairs and their conduct, know that you are destroying this nation. And we should not encourage it. We should help in the fight against it. No matter what the people are making and contributing to the growth, assuming it should not be. Even if they are going to be paying tax for us, importing to destroy our people, I think it should not be tolerated. Thank you, sir. Plus one. 2 to 10. 11 to 25. 25 to 36. Explanatory memoranda, long title.
31 to 41.
You didn't, the gavel went.
I said chairman, sir. Chairman, sir.
No, I didn't hear.
I said chairman.
I'm just hearing my brother.
No, it's very important. No, please listen. Listen. No, it's just an omission.
Okay.
Wait now. Are you the chairman? No, it's not that. Listen. I'm not saying you should reverse.
Yeah.
It's just I just want to point out something.
No, you want to prick our questions. Yes, sir.
I think it's going to be a material alteration or omission.
Okay.
Because the clause 31, from 31 we have 41. That means 10 clauses are missing.
Maybe in your own copy.
This is This is it.
Oh, my brother, read the second column, not the first column.
Second column.
Yes, sir. Because this is where the alterations are taking place.
Okay.
This is the main act.
Okay.
Thank you.
Grateful.
Thank you. Obanta, we are going to make his a special advisor on other matters. The seventh bill to be considered for an act to repeal the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act, Cap N102, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Bill 2023, and following matter. Now invite the leader to give the synopsis. Leader, you have the synopsis? I thought this is the same bill moved by you.
Chairman, I stand in for Honorable Darlington Wokocha, the Senator-elect. The bill seeks to deepen the insurance business. The deposit insurance law we have remains obsolete, and after reviewing and working it, the committee came up with provisions that will deepen insurance business in Nigeria. Insurance business is on the periphery, and there are a lot to rake in here. So all the clauses of this law are so tailored to meet up with the realities required of insurance industry. So it was a bill to repeal the Civil Insurance Corporation Act of 2020 and enact. I so present to you for consideration all the clauses that the insurance industry may see a new window and get deepened as we progress. Thank you, Chairman.
Representative colleagues, clause 1 to 10, 10 to 20, 21 to 31, 32 to 42, 43 to 52, 53 to 65, 66 to 80, 80 to 100. Explanatory memoranda and long title. My respected colleagues, the eighth bill to be considered is for an act to establish the National Environmental Research and Training Institute for the development of environmental policies, training, research, and following matters. Leader is invited to give the synopsis of the bill.
Thank you, Chairman, my colleagues. This is an establishment bill for the establishment of an environmental institute to carry out the conduct of research into environmental issues and advance and disseminate the result of the research for proper conservation, protection of the environment, and to mitigate environmental issues. Well, I think this is long overdue because environmental, challenges are on the increase per day, and so An institute like this will be very useful to Nigeria, to all of us. So I urge that we give it speedy consideration. Thank you.
Leader, I don't know. I am also of the disposition that we need to have this institution, except that we're having issues regarding the numbering of the clauses or the provision. There are some conspicuously missing. Omission of 6, clause 6, and clause 13. Check your report. So what happens? Again, that it's not our bill, so that we do not do. To clean it. So password number now. If we are to allow that one to happen, we'll go to the last number. Now, if you do 17, there will be issue in reverting back. No, you do the number, the two that are missing. Don't you have synergy between the committees that are, if bills that are coming? The committee are supposed to also have interest. Because they might have attended a public hearing, they have something like that. Colleagues, doctrine on necessity. So that, because the last span of the House is fast approaching to an end, and some of these bills are important to our development. So my appeal is that we pass it, maybe based on the number, with a clause or provision, if at the arrangement, so that if the secretariat are cleaning and then the legal department find it is 17, or the last number will be the number to be considered, they can import the remaining ones into it, and I believe it may not be harmful, and then allow the other procedure to take place. Thank you. Clause 1, 2 to 10. 11 to 17. Explanatory memoranda along 30. Thank you. So it will be 15 slash 17, the closest. Thank you. The 10th bill to be considered for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Directors in Nigeria to provide professional training to directors and promote effective governance, public accountability, professional efficiency, and for matters. Now I invite the leader to give the synopsis. What do you mean? I don't know. You should look. Huh? What kind of bill is this? What kind of bill is this? What kind of bill is this? Institute for Directors. Huh? No, here is a. Huh? Okay. It's not fatigue. It depends on what you have. I have my brief separately. This one that I don't know what it means. Instead of directors. Only directors. The ninth bill to be considered is for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Loan and Risk Management of Nigeria to provide for the control of its members and promote the practice of risk management in Nigeria and following matters. And I invite the leader to give the citizens with the report. The risks? Maybe
My
you
dear
look at
colleagues, this bill,
Yes, sir.
so this bill seeks to establish the Chartered Institute of Loans and Risk Management to enable members of the institutes, regulate their own activities. I'm not sure that this requires government funding, but it's good to have such a institute to regulate the risk and loans management in the country. The recommendations are clearly written out for our consideration. Thank you.
In my wide thinking, because the Constitution vests the right in Parliament to certify any group of persons that wants to come together. That's why they want the parliamentary note. Otherwise, in other climes, there are associations. They put themselves together. They don't need parliamentary, that our Section 4 of the Constitution guarantees of that. In other climes, it's merely policy for what they get from the ministry. If you look at the icons and whatever for other climes, don't have any parliamentary stamp. It's from the minister and it's a policy. So they're only coming here to it until we exercise that and expunge from the Constitution, they'll keep coming here. And if they have come together and say they are risk bearers or whatever, we cannot do otherwise but to say, go and practice what you think you've called yourself, so that people will now see them as fit. That's why they keep coming and coming. We are yet to see more of them, sir. That's what I think. Very soon we may also put Chartered Institute of ex-legislators or something, so we can also have got to meet and so on. These are just things that we need you to authorize.
I don't know whether the Association of the Risk Institute of Risk Managers will fall under the same thing with the insurance and the rest, because it's part of the risk. It's different. So I don't have a problem with this one, but it is the Directors Institute that I have issues with. But the directors are a product of good service rendered by individuals in their various districts. So they'll go and find another association to regulate who now? Apart from the Federal Civil Service and the civil service in the various states, commissions. Right. Well, if you say yes, what's about business? 1 to 10, 11 to 23, explanatory memoranda along 30. Colleagues, the 10th bill to consider for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Directors in Nigeria to provide professional training for directors and promote effective governance, popular accountability, professional efficiency, and full matters. I now invite the leader to give the synopsis of the report. Where? In which of the companies that he owns?
No, Mr. Chair, I'm the chairman of my company. It's in my oath. You can check everywhere.
They are not qualified to be here. They are saying directors.
Sorry?
They are not qualified to be a member of this.
No, I don't intend to, because I'm not an active director. Mr. Chair, my colleagues, this is similar to what we just considered. The previous one was for loan and risk management, and then this one is for directors, like some of you. So you need to have a proper legislative framework to be able to coordinate the activities so that the directorate should be more effective. Meantime, I would like us to, diligently go through this and consider it and move on.
Carried. 11 to 30, 30 to 39, schedules, explanatory memoranda and long title. The special colleagues, the first report to be considered is that of Conference Committee on a Bill for an Act to repeal the Insurance Act Cap 117 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004 and enact the Insurance Bill 2020 to provide a comprehensive legal framework for insurance business in Nigeria and for legal matters. I now invite Honorable Darlington, ably represented by my brother, to give the synopsis of the report. There's no synopsis. This one you move a motion for adoption because it's conference.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman. I move that the House do consider the report laid by the committee, having carefully considered that this report will do a lot of good in the insurance industry. In fact, it is the complete work that will get insurance wheel free and work freely. I plead the House to consider it as so move.
Sarki. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Chair. Umar Saki Abdelkadir is my name. I represent the good people of Katago Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, I am from Bauchi State. I write to second the motion as moved by Honorable Abonta. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
Thank you. Colleagues, those in favor of the motion say aye. You want to comment?
Chairman, sir, my honorable colleagues, there is a small correction that needed to be done there, sir. A person who contravenes the provisions, instead of THE, they have HE there on this report. T is omitted, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Secretary, take note of the point raised by our colleague as you write the final and clean copy. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Against say nay. The ayes have it. The second report to be considered is that of the Committee on Health Institutions on the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Kurfi, and for matters. And I invite Pascal Obi to give the synopsis. It's not around, it's an establishment bill. We do not want anybody to suffer after good hard work. So, clause 1, 2. Thank you. Noted. Clause 2. As corrected, Abi? Not amended. 3 to 19. 20 to 28. 29, 30, 36. 37, 38, explanatory memoranda and long title. Please, guys. Colleagues, the third report to consider is that Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on a bill for an act to establish Halut Antoro University of Fisheries and Agriculture, New Busa, Niger State, to promote state-based, science-based research in fisheries and agriculture and related matters. Now inviting Nagundi. Nagundi is not around. I want to believe the saying, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Clause 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10, 10 to 20, 11 to 20. 21 to 27. There's plenty more under and long title. The fourth report to be considered is that of Committee on Steel on a bill for an act to establish National Meteorological Training Institute, Sagamu, Ogun State, to provide training, information, supervision, guidance, and advice to students, researchers, and personnel in iron and steel and oil and gas industries for national development and for related matters. Now I invite Honorable Halis to give the synopsis of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, respected colleagues. God, this thing is really conveniencing. Mr. Chairman, sir, my dear colleagues, this is a very straightforward bill, and it's intended to establish the National Meteorological Training Institute, Sagamu, Ogun State. And it's intended to provide training, information, supervision, guidance, and advice to students, researchers, and personnel in the iron and steel, oil and gas sectors of the economy and for national development. This institution, as you are all aware, this institution, as you are all aware, it is to increase our development in terms of skill acquisition, engineering, development, and efforts are all intended to promote skill acquisition and development in the country. I urge all our colleagues to support in the consideration of this bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and our leader too. 1 to 10, 10 to 30, 31 to 45, schedules, explanatory memoranda, and long title. The fifth report to be considered is that of Committee on Basic Education and Science and Services on a bill for an act to provide for establishment of National Board for Arabic and Islamic Studies to have responsibility for the conduct and regulations of the examination and due administration and following matters. And I invite Julius, a bill presented by Gideon Doku, to give the synopsis. And you may go ahead and give the second one too.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, my highly respected colleagues. I stand on behalf of the chairman of the Committee on Basic Education, Professor Julius Ihovere, to give us short synopsis of these two bills. Mr. Chairman, the first is the report of the Committee on Basic Education to establish the National Board for Arabic and Islamic Studies, to have responsibilities for the conduct and regulations of examination and its due administration and for related matters. Mr. Chairman, is an establishment bill. It seeks to establish this board to take charge as any other examination body for the conduct of examinations that refer to Arabic and Islamic studies. This is the prayer, and that is what the bill contains. It is a straightforward bill. Mr. Chairman, sorry. The second is the establishment of a commission to deal with Al-Majri and out-of-school children. Mr. Chairman, we all know that the population of these children getting to 20 million is a big population that a country like Nigeria cannot afford to just leave behind. This commission, if established, will take care of skills, will train these children in terms of skills that they can use to develop themselves and thereby develop the country, and also to equip them with the relevant education that they require in terms of becoming very good citizens of the country. Mr. Chairman, the Al-Majri system of education is an education that has governed for over 200 years.
You are not doing general principle. You are doing synopsis.
Yes, sir. So
thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, honorable colleagues.
Thank you.
Yes.
Clause 1, 2 to 10. Take note of the correction as you clean. Secretaries should take note of the correction as they do the cleaning. 10 to 20, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, schedules, explanatory memoranda, and long 30. Respected colleagues, of the two bills, thank you. MBIS, yes. But what happened to MBIS? Because they have been in existence for quite some time. Without an act? Oh. 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 28. Explanatory memoranda are long 30. This is a commission that has been existing since 1960. Yes, sir. 4:30. No, it's not even 4:30. No, it's 4:22 now. Leader, move that the House divert to plenary to report progress.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. My dear colleagues, I move that this House reverts to plenary to report progress. I so move.
Respected colleagues, those in favor of the motion say aye. Against say nay. The ayes have it. House is hereby to revert to plenary to report progress. Respected colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to establish Federal Polytechnic Orozo, Abuja, to provide full-time courses in technology and sciences, management, and other fields of study, and to make provisions for the administration and such polytechnics and for matters resume consideration and approve clauses 1, 17 to 29, schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. The House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to establish Abuja Environmental Protection Board for the protection, regulation, management, and monitoring and control of all forms of environmental degradation and environmental enforcement of standards and guidelines on provision of pollution and promotion of cooperation on environmental science and technologies in the Federal Capital Territory and for related matters approved plus 1 to 17, the schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. Respected colleagues, the House, in the Committee of the Whole, consider the report of the Committee on a bill for an act to establish the Federal Capital Territory Urban Development and Planning Commission for the purpose of formulation and preparation of physical development plans and the implementation of the of social and improvement of social investment within the FCT and for related matters approved plus 1 to 20, the schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and long title of the bill. So, as for colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on the bill for an act to domesticate the new partnership for African Development Framework and establish African Union Development Agency and to give effect to provisions in the Federal Republic of Nigeria for related matters and proof clauses 1 to 3, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. Respected colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on the bill for an act to repeal the Federal College of Education Act, CAP F8 Laws Federation Nigeria 2004, and enact the Federal College of Education Bill and for related matters approved clauses 1 to 34, the schedules and the explanatory memoranda of the bill. The House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to amend the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency Act CAP N30 Laws Federation Nigeria 2004 to strengthen the operations of the agency, empower the agency to establish laboratories, update the list of dangerous drugs, review the penalty provisions, enhance the power of the agency to prosecute drug-related offenses, and issue subsidiary legislation and for related matters approved clauses 1 to 31, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. Respected colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report on the bill for an act to repeal the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act CAP N102 Laws Federation Nigeria 2004 and enact the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Bill 2023 and for related matters approved clauses 1 to 100, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. The House of the Committee, in the Committee of the Whole, respected colleagues, considered the report on a bill for an act to establish the National Enforcement Research and Training Institute for the development of environmental policies, training and research and for related matters approved clauses 1 to 17, schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. The House in the Committee of the Whole, respected colleagues, considered the report on the bill for an act to establish a chartered Institute of Loan and Risk Management of Nigeria to provide for the control of its membership and promote the practice of risk management in Nigeria and for related matters approved clauses 1 to 23, the schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. Yes, sir. The House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on the bill for an act to establish Chartered Institute of Directors in Nigeria to provide professional training to directors and to promote effective governance, public accountability, professional efficiency, and for related matters approved clauses 1 to 39, schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. The House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Conference Committee on a bill for an act to repeal the Insurance Act CAP 117 Laws of Nigeria 2004 and enact the Insurance Bill 2020 to provide for the comprehensive legal framework for insurance business in Nigeria and for labor matters, adopted the report of the committee, of the conference committee. Respected colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Health Institutions on a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Kurfi and Fully Matters, and approve clauses 1 to 2 as amended, approve clauses 3 to 39, explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the report. The House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on a bill for an act to establish Hollywood and Toro Universities of Fisheries and Agriculture, New Busa, Niger State, to promote science-based research in fisheries, agriculture, and for labor matters, approved clauses 1 to 27 schedules, explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. Respected colleagues, the House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of the Committee on a bill for an act to establish National Meteorological Training Institute, Sagamu, Ogun State, to provide training information, supervision, guidance, and advice to students, researchers, and personnel in iron and steel, and oil and gas industries for national development and for labor matters. Group plus 1 to 45. They schedules the explanatory memoranda and the long title for the bill. The House and the Committee of the Whole consider the report of Committee on Basic Education and Services on a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of National Board for Arabic Islamic Studies to have responsibility for the conduct and regulation of examination and for due administration and for related matters. Approved clauses 1 to 30. The schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the bill. The House and the Committee of the Whole, lastly, colleagues, consider the report of the Committee on Basic Education and Service on a bill for an act to establish National Commission for Almajiri Education and out-of-school children to provide for the multimodal system of education to tackle the menace of illiteracy, develop skill acquisition and entrepreneurship programs, prevent youth poverty, delinquency, and destitution in Nigeria, and for related matters. Approved clause 1 to 28. The schedules, the explanatory memoranda, and the long title of the report. Leader, move for the adoption of the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, Comrade Peter Huyozoja Patterson, MNI, I move that we adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as presented by Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Against say nay. That's have it. Colleagues, I beg for your understanding. Brother Chairman, Women Affairs had a motion, a bill to present for second reading. Unfortunately, he was not in the chambers when the bill was called for the second reading. He's pleading with us because of the sense of time and the lack of time. He's pleading that we allow him have the second reading of that bill. In the light of that, I want to beg that we suspend our rule to allow him take that bill for the second time. Thank you. Second reading of the bill. Ali, move the motion for the suspension of our rule to allow Chairman Women Affairs to move.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Deputy Chairman, sorry.
Speaker, respected
Maybe
colleague.
that may be the promotion. I said that may be his promotion.
The chairman is here, that's what.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, Ari Mohammed Abdul Mumin is my name. I represent Nasrallah of the Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I rise to move that we should suspend our relevant rules so to allow our colleagues to take his own motion. Thank you, sir. I so move.
Seconder, Honorable Halims. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Against say nay. The ayes have it. The 15th order of the day, or the next order of the day is commencement of debate on general principle of bill for an act to provide for the establishment of National Institute of Vocation and Technical Education or more Anambra State and following matters standing in the name of Honorable Vincent Ofumelu Ekene. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 29 September 2023. I now invite Honorable Ekene to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity given to me. Respected colleagues, I'm so grateful. I have a bill to move.
We have given you time. Save our time.
Okay.
Look at the time.
Motion for a bill for an act to provide establishment of the National Institute for Vocational Study and Technical Education, or more, in Anambra State, House Bill HB 2075. I so move, Mr. Speaker, that the bill should read for second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, honorable colleagues. I'm grateful.
Seconder. Will it be their own issue at the committee level, as it at the House pleases? Yes.
My name is Rep. Otumba Adeomi Oriyomi Ononuga. I represent the fabulous United People of Ikene, Shagamu, and Remo North. I'm from Ogun State, and I second the motion ably moved by my very able deputy.
Deputy Leader.
I so second, sir.
Respected colleagues, those in favor of the motion, of the motion that the bill be read second time, say aye. Against, say nay. The ayes have it. Clerks invited the long title of the bill.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act provide for establishment of the National Institute of Vocational and Technical Education, OMO, Anambra State, and for related matters. Second reading.
Referred to Committee on Health Institutions. I don't know. Let me invite bill referred to Committee on bill referred to Committee of the Whole. Yes, leader, move for the adjournment of the House. Colleagues, listen carefully.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, Comrade Peter Ohionzoje are practicing MNI. Now say Stevie. I move that this House do adjourn till the 2nd of May 2023 by 11 o'clock prompt. I so move.
Yes. Oh.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, Comrade Chinedu Oga Owen. I represent Ikwo Ezasa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the motion, able moved by Deputy Leader. I hereby second.
Respected colleagues, wish you happy Easter, happy Salah, happy Workers' Day. To meet after. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Against say nay. That's have it. House to serve agenda to 2nd of May 2023. Thank you.